Chapter 21 Intruders. After the ruckus involving the president, Retron has his medical room in the medical section of the base. Retron swings himself around, seeing that he is fully healed after one more dose of painkillers. After the Orphean battle, and both his metallic legs are now a better condition, all fixed. But he is still remarkably sad. The Legion took his victory, and now he is eager for another one for himself. But he does go on the internet, and he is very glad that the Legion is getting shamed. Retron's doctor does go to see Retron, wondering how he is, and the doctor can see that Retron is now able to move around instead of sitting on his devices, waiting to be whole again, well, not whole enough for Retron. Retron gets himself changed, and the doctor updates him that he is all good, but healing his eye is still not possible. Retron even wonders if he could have better legs, and other than his rejected idea that liquid metal could be shapeshifted or melted at a point where it gives him better legs. The president is putting on hold what could be done with the Netro, only allowing simpler items to be repainted. Annoyed, Retron leaves the room, after seeing some splashing of the sea outside of his window. Meanwhile, Pod is going out of the water of the beach, a beach not far from the grasslands of the base's land. After his long swim, something which he does find relaxing, enabling him to forget everything, being fascinated by the water. Before seeing Arvin, Retron sees Pod first. Belittling Pod for being a creature of ruination, something which Retron found out thanks to researching Mike's Legion information without any permission. This Pod finds triggering, resisting the urge to harm Retron. And even Pod strangely notices the water rising near the trident he is holding. Always has the weapon on his person, and then the water drops, wondering what happened, thinking if the trident did this. Retron sees this and leaves with a titter, leaving Pod alone, while more insecure. Even seeing Arvin lightly cheering Pod up later, and now both are going back to the base. Regardless, Mike and Nicole send a notification to Zami, Arvin and Pod using their collaptors, which are brand new wrist-based communicators that also possess holographic technology. But we would think the mission is to find who released the footage, but no, it is another mission entirely. In the Legion's building, Mike briefs the Legion on what their next task will be, to go and find an intruder who has come from another planet. The Legion was also told that the base would not only try and find out about the footage but also tell the Legion not to get bothered about the footage. The Legion has the awesome atone to find possible clues of this new intruder. To aid this, all servicemen have been notified to keep out for this intruder, even using the internet or any recording technology to find any possible clues. This intruder is of course Hailwolf. She is trying to hide around some vegetation close to a city, making sure no one is around. And for now, no one is around. She has settled and wonders what to do next. There is somewhere where she wants to be, but a lot of thoughts and past actions are keeping her back. Before she can relax more, she is spotted by some servicemen, who have been using navigational technology to track her down cautiously, who was in the middle of the land, so Hailwolf goes into her Haywan form and goes on the run. This makes the servicemen drive their 4x4s across the land of the earth. Hailwolf struggles to outrun the vehicles. And so once running doesn't work, despite Hailwolf jumping around some hills and rocks, she is still caught up, with servicemen firing stun lasers at her too. Eventually, she faces the servicemen, getting them out of vehicles and knocking them out by throwing them into trees as she grabs each one via her jaws, with no death and no proper injury. She only smacks them against the cars with her claws, throwing any serviceman away via light mouth grabs, and she even uses her quills for some minor injury towards the serviceman's legs before charging at them. She has been tasked to kill before, but now she has no current ties with Ozona. She keeps the serviceman alive. And now she runs off to where there is more vegetation. This leaves the servicemen injured as they update the base both about their injuries and where the intruder is going next. Hailwolf wants her own space, not wanting to get caught or involved with anyone right now. So she had to fend them off, and who knows who she may fend off next. But thanks to her peaceful time, the Earth is still a decent resting spot for now. Now she has found a more hidden area. Afterwards, she makes her way, and goes out in the middle of nowhere. Hopefully, to get herself hidden again. It looks like the Earth is not going to be an easy land to hide in. Minutes later, the Legion does go and seize the servicemen, and Nicole does aid them all, with plasters and painkillers. Sadly, the serviceman didn't fully see where the alien went aside from an area of more vegetation, so the Legion did pick up digitally that some residents reported a UFO sitting but on the ground. The Haphazard Legion does go to see the public, especially as the updates seem to come from those at the Nefetti city. Pod thought this was a bad idea, but Nicole argued that if the Legion is known, then why not get help from the public and show that the Legion is a group of decent beings with which Pod has to go along. So off they go on foot. Even the base wonders where Hailwolf is off to next. The Legion is now in the city, entering the city square, with the awesome Atone hidden in vegetation far away to prevent the public from seeing the vehicle. Zami is still very protective of it. In the city, the public is not pleased to see the Legion and is even scared of them. Nicole tries to reassure them that they are all safe as the Legion tries and asks if they have seen the intruder, but not only is this foiled by most of the residents getting spooked by Pod. No one would have seen a human-like orca ever, but it is also made worse by the fact that Zami's main bully is around. Remembering and belittling Zami on the go, but thanks to inspiration from the bullies, Zami decides to put on a facade once the bully starts pushing Zami back. Suddenly, a scary version of himself goes to attack the bully with his blunt arm weapons, which ends up zapping the bully, shocking the public. Nicole comes to sort out the situation, stopping Zami from any more attacks while the bully lies on the ground, having his friends go and collect him. But now the Legion is seen as intimidating, making them have to leave the city and find other clues of Hailwolf. Thankfully, Arvin did look at the phone of another resident without the resident noticing and see that Hailwolf does go in the direction of the Goral Forest. And so the Legion has a direction, but with some humiliation along the way.